Mojo, Mojo. Anyway, I'm about to run to the supermarket, y'all. I need some things to make with, and I'm getting kind of hungry. And yeah, I think we're good to go. Y'all like my new Shaka symbol? I actually just bought this one at the beach. I got these right here from the beach, and I love them. But I'm gonna actually make my own version of this right here with my alien on it. That says Infinite Nature on it. Well, I may like make some that say like Infinite Nature with it, and I'm gonna make some that say Infinite Nature with the symbol, like an alien face, and then I'll have like just ones like this right here, and then ones without the text on it, and then ones with just like this and the alien face. So I didn't make this one, but I'm gonna basically in the process of making some of those on the platform and the website for my brand right now. Right now, I'm just really doing a lot at one time. In the process of I'm doing a lot. It's a lot to do. I'm trying to like clean the website up even more. I'm taking off like old stuff from the website and switching it out. And then I have to like change like the image, like the image format that I transfer the product images from that platform to the actual selling platform. So the other pictures from the platform that I made the actual clothing on, they were in like, I think JPG format, which is like non-transparent. It has a background. So now I'm taking certain ones off of that and putting them in like JPG format or some shit. So like the background is transparent, because the background on the actual website, on the Infinite Nature website, that is actually black. And so I need to take the object, the item or like the product pictures from the Printful platform, basically get them with a transparent background instead of a background, because right now it just looks kind of retarded. It's like a black background on the website, and the background on the actual product images are like white. So it's like a black background and like a white product background for the products. So I'm like, that looks retarded as fuck. So yeah, I mean, little shit like that takes a lot of time. I'm just realizing like a lot of stuff to get it right takes a lot of time, and like it's very time consuming with this whole brand. But you know, over time, I'm doing it. It's a lot for one person, and I have to remember to kind of give myself the credit I deserve, because it's just a lot for one person to do. I'm getting it done. For like example, like today, I give myself little tasks to do every day. I try to do at least one thing, even if it's small, to move the business and like the progress of the business forward, the brand forward. So like today, I have it's like a design of like Buddha, an alien, and Bigfoot with like this really vibrant, colorful background. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking that t-shirt design, and I'm also going to have a hoodie design version of it. So it's an all over design with like Bigfoot and Buddha and like Shiva, kind of just symbolizing like different energies or kind of consciousness or similar consciousness, kind of just playing around, having a good time. And so I'm working on that right now. The only thing is, with these hoodie designs, you have different areas on the hoodie. It's not just one flat garment. You have like the hoodie itself, and then you have like the actual the pocket on the hoodie, and then you have the main part of the hoodie, which is like the part that's I guess you can say it's underneath the pocket part of the hoodie. So when you place the design on the hoodie, like you can only do one. It doesn't like place it all as like one piece. It basically places it as like two different. Two. You have to basically place the graphic on the item, like basically, like. Basically it's you have to basically do it like 3 times basically, and you have to align each layer to the garment. What I will do is, I think what I'm going to do, cause I really need to speed that process up, because there's like sometimes like the actual printing company, in other words, where it's actually this design is actually made, I'm gonna call them and see like, do I really have to like line this thing up perfectly? Like, does your computer digitization software, if it's off a little bit on the image, is it going to kind of just like autocorrect that shit? Because it is extremely hard to get each side of the image and time consuming like lined up. So I'm going to call them and be like, do y'all like, as long as it's like, in a right vicinity, like, because I know like a lot of other similar designs I had, like I wasn't sure if it was like perfectly aligned for each like part of the garment. I'm gonna call them and ask and see, because if I could just, that one thing right there will like help me to like really like speed this process up, because I'm like spending so much time just on little small stuff like that. If I can just get those all done and then have like a fall collection of like hoodies, and then so I can focus on just making more designs, that one thing right there would like make my life like so much easier. Because and then like the actual platform that I'm working on is so hard to work on because it keeps on glitching out. You know what I'm saying? So that's something else. Like that's what's really making this process way more time consuming, because I actually work on it a lot. It's just stuff like that, it slows me down. And I'm not gonna just do hoodies. I'm gonna also do like sweatshirts as well. That's like one, but I feel like the hoodies will sell quicker and they'll sell more. So I'm trying to get those done first. But little stuff like that is like holding me up, because it's like really time consuming, and I don't want to like release something and it's like looks like shit because it's misaligned. So it's a lot, but which is why at the same time too, even though like, I'm gonna get my car. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I got baked earlier, so I'm super like toasted right now. I'll say toasted.
Normal voltage. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Feels good though. Anyway, but no, what I was gonna say was,
connection is successful.
What I was gonna say was, this is why I try not to be like too hard on myself, because like I'm like, this is a lot for one person. I ain't getting no help, and I have two jobs. It's like, man, I don't give myself enough credit, man. Like I go in at 10 o'clock tonight. I would much rather just sit here and watch fucking Netflix. But I'm like, I'm giving myself little goals. I'm like, I should be doing at least one thing per day, moving this process forward, even if it's something small. So my goal I gave myself today was, I'm trying to get at least this one hoodie design of the other one on the t-shirt design. That's a whole all over design. I'm trying to get that one on one hoodie today. If I can get that done, get that saved, get it transferred over to the website, that'll be like one of my new designs that I have out. That's a hoodie. And I'm like, okay, that's one thing. And then do like 2 or 3 more tomorrow or tonight at work. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta do stuff like that so I keep moving. If I don't, I'm gonna just keep not doing stuff. So how I keep myself focused and like remind myself that, okay, it's serious, but it's not that serious, is I like do at least one thing. I'll give myself like 1 or 2 tasks to do for my brand, my business. And then as long as I get those things done, I'm like, okay, that's one less thing to worry about. That's, 2 less things to do, and also too, man, like I'm just saying, I'm about to put this up here. Hold on one second, y'all. I got to the point too where I'm just like at the same time, I've really gotten to the point to where I realize that even though like I'm really trying to, do this and make it happen, I understand that. Again, like I said, I work 2 jobs and I need to give myself just time to just kind of, get rested up enough mentally and physically so I can have enough mental energy to even put my best into this right here. One thing I realize is too, like I'm taking time to just kind of drop everything, for a little while and then come back to stuff. It may be just one day a week. It may be like every 4 or 5 months go on vacation or something. Like I'm learning for me personally to take the proper time for mental. I think part of the problem with a lot of people and myself is, life is going to be hard or whatever, but like it's nowhere near as bad when you take time for like mental vacations or just physical vacations. I think part of my problem is I'm not giving myself enough time to actually, to rest enough so I can put the proper energy into things. I feel like this, anything you're doing, whether it's a job or trying to start some kind of brand, like you're never going to do your best at it. You're never going to put your all into it if you're not mentally and physically rested enough. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not mentally rested enough from just working my regular 2 jobs, I'm not going to be mentally there to even put into my own business. You see what I'm saying? So one thing I realized is if I give myself, time to rejuvenate and, rest up and restart, whatever that is for you, and then I will have the energy, mental and physical energy to invest back into myself, in my brand, my business, because if not, I'm going to just half-ass it, I'm going to be like right now, like my hoodie design is basically done. It's lined up as I can get it. But now I noticed that, oh wow, like on that design, it doesn't have the actual, text that's just infinite nature. So now I'm going to go back that, and then there's a few parts on the actual design or clothing piece that I'm like, you know what, the bottom layer of the graphics, it looks good, but I would like to have it cover a little bit more of the garment of the hoodie so that it's more of like you can see the actual background more. So now I'm going to go back and tweak that design and probably move those graphics around. It's like graphics on the actual, the arm part of the hoodie. So I'm like, you know what? I can actually move that around. I can shift that around some so that it looks a little bit better, the space is covered a little bit more. But see, I wouldn't go back and do that if I hadn't, rested up enough physically and mentally to put that much more energy and attention and detail into what I'm doing. That's just extra energy. It's extra effort, basically. Effort is energy. Anytime somebody says you need to put more effort into something, they're saying you need to put more energy into something, or effort, they're saying you have to put more energy into it, you have to put more time into it, you have to put more focus into it. So like if you're not there, if you don't have that energy and time and effort for yourself, how can you put it back into something you're trying to like rebirth or manifest into this reality? Like it's not going to happen. So like I'm looking at shit like that more too. I mean, it could look like just going fishing for a day. It can look like just playing video games all day. It can look like just saying, I'm not doing nothing productive for like 2 or 3 days for this week. Or maybe like 1 day this week. Maybe you have to get some other shit done. But I'm not, my Sunday, I'm not doing shit Sunday. I'm binge watching Stranger Things. I'm playing Halo. I'm getting some snack. I'm going to get my workout done. Then, get something I want to eat that's good. Eat good. I'm not doing anything. I might go to the park, sit around the sun, go to the pool. I don't fucking know. Y'all get what I'm saying. You just do little shit to like just I don't fucking know, man. Just like relax your nervous system and get out of like productivity mode and just be. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's just like, fuck everything right now. No, fuck you. I'm not doing that today. I love you, but fuck you. No, it's not happening. So like, that's what I'm trying to do. Because if I can do that in a balanced way, then I know that I will have the energy to put the extra effort into what I'm doing, because I don't like putting a lot of effort into things, and I've noticed that. So I'm trying to like be like, well, why do I not? Because I'm always so goddamn tired. I never feel like I have time for myself to just kind of have, you know, leisure time or like recreational time. I just always feel like I'm just working. I'm doing something. I gotta do this, and I don't never have nothing. I don't really take time to this. You know what? I'm gonna just like do nothing today and not feel bad about it, you know, or do nothing and then end up doing a bunch of productive shit. Like, no. So anyway, like that's what I'm basically saying. Like, I feel like for me personally, this is just for me. If I put it back into myself, then I can then in turn put it back into what I am trying to bring forth or create or manifest into reality. I think that's really how it works. It's like a tourist field effect. You know, it goes in and back out. Like, so, you know, I don't even know why I sell that bullshit, but I'm just kind of just ranting right now. I got to a whole like topic and just didn't even really mean to, but I kind of did. I guess I kind of did because I did and I said it. So, but again, I be ranting, y'all. I be ranting, and I am kind of blazed right now. So I don't care though. Not really. But I'm actually going to the market right now to get some things and make some lunch, because I've been eating out like 3 days this week total, and I'm trying to get better at like not eating out as much, even though like it's kind of hard not to with your schedule, but I'm trying to save money. One thing I did realize though, y'all, is like even when you like buy groceries, like you might save some money, but depending on like how much you get at what time, like you're not like, you know, I'm talking about like in a week's time, 7 days of eating, you know, your meals, maybe like a lunch and a breakfast, or like a dinner and a breakfast. I don't fucking know. You don't really save that much money. Now, if you buy a bunch of rice and like a big thing of meat or something like that and a bunch of canned vegetables, you might save some money, but you have to have even enough of that thing to make enough to last 7 days, and that's just one meal. So, you know, the whole eating out and saving money thing, I agree with it, but also I feel like too, like it depends on like the prices of things as well, because, you know, by the time I mess around and get like, hell, a pack of ground beef and some rice, I'm right at $40 down there. You know, that's just two things. So, you know, again, I know you can stretch it, you know, but it's like, well, what are y'all cooking? Are y'all cooking like, I don't know, water and biscuits or something? Bread and water? Yeah, that'll last you for 7 days, but I mean, you know, you may spend like $15-20 on that, but I mean, like if you're like cooking, you know what I mean, you want some chicken and some, I don't know, even like fruits and shit sometimes. I'm like, damn, nigga, I just got a fucking orange and a fucking pineapple. I'm like $45 in, damn near. So people that be like, oh yeah, you know, you gotta just eat out, you gotta eat in to save money. I'm like, if you're gonna, in other words, you're gonna spend some money either way. You're gonna spend some money either way. I didn't sat there and try to like eat cheap. I like, you know, and this is just buying food for me. Like, I don't even like buy food for kids. I buy Mojo's food and that's it. I can't even imagine how people with kids are doing it. I mean, how the fuck are y'all doing this shit? You know what I'm saying? It's just me. So if it would be like way more, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know how that shit work, but yeah. So, you know, I don't feel bad about eating out. Now, like I said, a decent meal per day, like one meal, you're going to spend damn near at least 15, no less than $10 by the time you get your little drink or whatever. But most places is going to be at least 15 a pop and up per day. You know, you go to, Chipotle, get you like a burrito, yeah, $15, $16, $17. Easy. Little burger joint, $11 for a meal. Like, you're not going to spend no less than $10 per day. And that's just one meal. So it is expensive. But again, if you go out and buy food for like 7 days for just one person, you're looking at like breakfast, lunch, and dinner type stuff. No less than $100. No less, probably more. And that's one person. Now that might last me more so like, if I really a week and a half maybe, depending on how I shop. It can vary because you can get more items depending on what it's going to cost more too. But you may get away with like $150 for like a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. But yeah, like for 2 weeks, $150 at least. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I don't even know why I got into that topic just now. I'm just kind of ranting. I'm just ranting, man. But yeah, I just like to like motivate myself sometimes because I'm really hard on myself, and then I get like really frustrated. Like even like today and yesterday, I'm like, man, I feel like in a way I'm so behind, and like I am taking a long time to get a lot of this stuff done. But I'm like, man, again, you work 2 jobs, like you have to I'm working 6 days a week right now. I'm like, you have to take time to just like do nothing, like you have to have the energy to put back into that thing you're trying to create. Otherwise, it's going to be just shit. It's going to be just very thrown together. And even while in the beginning, like when I first started doing this, I wasn't like just taking time. A lot of stuff I was just doing it the easier way. If it's a more efficient way to do something, man, it's easier than great. But a lot of stuff is just, if it's easier, it's not going to be as good, So like right now, I'm kind of like undoing a lot of the things that were kind of like just easier, and basically going in and putting the extra effort in. And that's what's taking a lot of time too. A lot of the designs that I started with, I'm kind of slowly kind of rotating them out and putting in like all original stuff. So I'm doing a lot of that stuff too. Like I said, this is all me. Like I don't got no help. It's all with like dealing with life, trying to figure out life, stuff break down, you got to fix that, just life happening. And it's doing this too. Then I do stuff like DoorDash and Spark sometimes too when it's busy, So it's just a lot going on, man. And I'm like, what? I got to give myself more credit. I got to give myself more, more grace because, hustle culture teaches you like, oh, if it ain't done yet, you ain't working hard enough. You should be done. I'm like, no. When you're doing it by yourself with limited resources, like, no, where I'm at is good. I'm doing exactly the right thing with what I have. I'm using what I have and just taking the time, investing the time to get it how it should be, And like I said, man, a lot of people, they don't give themselves enough credit, including me. So I want to just say, if you're out there and you're working on something and it's just you don't have any help, no support. And one thing I realized too is like people that watch you building your thing, I don't expect none of the people that see me doing what I'm doing to actually support me. Like none of them. All my customers, they want to be from people like I probably like meet out and just like randomly. Like none of my Facebook supporters like support none of my shit. And that's fine. I'm like, y'all don't even like share a post. That's free. You know what I'm saying? No one does that. So like when I go out, I get like the most wonderful compliments on my clothing, So people like my shit. Now it's just translating that to, okay, how much is it? I want to buy one. Where do I go? Now it's translating, what I'm saying? So, and that's all just stuff you learn. You learn how to like promote yourself in person, you learn how to kind of, get people to go to your site by just, I have a site. Here's my card. Here's my card right here. It contains the website and everything. Scan that QR code, easy. It's just like the shirt, the clothing like speaks for itself. You know, I don't go around. People come to me, oh, I like that shirt. Where'd you get it from? You know, got the card right here. Bam, 2 seconds. So it's just about, and then those people will probably end up. Somebody will ask them, well, where'd you get that shirt from? I got it from this site right here. There you go. It just that's organically like networking. You network organically. Like this YouTube, social media stuff, it's great if you are known, but when you're not known and you're not popular, that doesn't always work. You have to have like a personal, like upfront interaction with what you have, what you're doing, what your service is, what your product is. And if that's not in people's faces, it's an uphill battle using social media. I mean, I'm not saying I won't use it, but I'm not going to rely on it no more. People are very biased, and it's almost like if you're not known, even if you have good stuff or your stuff is at least getting better, if you're not a big name right now, they're not going to support you. Now let Young Jock or somebody wear your shit. Now watch how many people will support you just because he's Young Jock or Ludacris or somebody like Tyrese or somebody like that, or Kanye. Let one of them niggas wear your shit, which is fine. That's just how it is. Let one of them niggas wear your shit in one of their videos or in like one of their music videos or something like that, or like in an interview or something. Watch how many people are like, oh man, like that's dope, man. Where you get that from? Like that's and I get that too, and that's going to be something that I'm going to use in the future going forward when I get the memes too. But anyway, but yeah, so again, I'm not going to rely on like this whole, oh, you gotta have all these followers, and I feel like that's going to just kind of come over time naturally by just doing shit organically. I feel like I'm trying to do the shit backwards. As long as my website looks how I want it to look and I'm confident with it and the designs are what I feel like they should be for me when I offer them to people, then I feel like everything else is going to work itself out, So anyway, I'm about to go in here and get a few things. And yeah, because I am getting kind of hungry right now. I'm not gonna lie, I got the munchies, but I'm trying also I'm trying to keep my caloric intake down because I'm realizing more and more that the easiest way to lose weight, I'm trying to get rid of my gut completely and tone my lower body down. So I'm really trying to become more and more conscious of, how much sugar I'm eating, how many carbs and calories I'm taking during the day. It's a process. You kind of get used to your body telling you when it's time to eat, and thinking about how much you actually ate today, and kind of like very, very subtly like kind of calculating your calories, how much you're eating, how many sugary foods you've had, like all that stuff plays into your metabolic condition or rate in your body when you're trying to like lose weight. Like it really is a scientific thing, So like right now, I'm like, okay, I know I need energy. I know I need nutrition. I know I need to get nourishment, but how much can I like go without to shed these extra calories for the day while still getting what I need to be healthy and stuff like that. So like I'm kind of learning that right now because, you're taking too many calories, your body won't go into fat burning mode. You take in, if you take in too much sugar, your body won't go into fat burning mode because you're going to just store that up as extra energy or fat, and you won't burn the actual fat in your body because it's going to be using that as an energy source first and not the fat as an energy source, meaning that it won't burn the fat. So it's kind of complicated, but it's kind of not. It's kind of just kind of common sense. Just stop eating as much. Basically, don't be a fat ass. And you'll basically have less calories to burn, and you'll have less sugar in your body, which means that if you have less calories, you'll have less fat, and you will burn what you have sooner rather than storing it and then adding more onto it and then never actually burning the actual fat. So I'm really having to like kind of experiment with how to eat for my body and my weight and for the build that I'm trying to get, I might end up hiring like a nutrition or something, at some point in time, or just study it more because actually it's simple, but it's the complicated part is getting the nutrients that you need, because you need nutrients and calories to also have a healthy muscle tone too. So if you don't eat enough nutrients and stuff, you won't be able to build the muscle to give you that physique you want. I'm not trying to be like bulky muscle, but I do want to have like lean muscle, like somewhere mid-range tone density as far as like muscle mass. I don't want to be super bulky, but I definitely want to be defined, because being bulky doesn't mean you're stronger either. Actually, the more flexibility you have is actually makes you a lot stronger. Like being bulky actually is not good for your mobility and agility. So I want to be quick and I want to be fast and I want to be mobile, because I want to get back into boxing and martial arts at some point in the future. I have no idea, but I want to do that too. So, I'm not trying to be this. I mean, it look like being bulky. It looks good. You look strong, but speed is, strength is great, but strength and speed is what I want to go for. Anyway, yeah, I keep on ranting, y'all. I'm so sorry. I was supposed to end this live like 20 minutes ago, and I'm still just blabbing. What the fuck is wrong with me? Oh, what's up, Lucas? I'm sorry, man. I'm just blabbing. I'm actually about to go into Food Lion and get a few things for lunch or for meals today. I'm just now seeing your message, so I'm sorry, man. I just, I was blabbing basically. Once I start talking, I can keep going for days. Like I don't mean to. Like I said, I'm kind of stoned too. I ain't gonna lie. When I'm stoned, I kind of just start going too. So, but it looks like Lucas has, I guess, tuned out. He's like, "Fuck you, man. You ain't even listening to me." Yeah, man. But I'll probably definitely get back on here tonight, Lucas. I'm gonna be working tonight. It's my first day back at my full-time job, so I will definitely be back on here tonight talking about similar topics. I want to just, like I said, like this whole clothing brand. I feel like me talking about it and where I'm at and what I'm doing, I feel like for me that kind of helps me to kind of stay accountable to myself. And if I'm talking about it, y'all, I'm going to feel like mentally like more accountable, because all right, I'm telling them all this shit. So, which I am doing what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I am actually doing what I'm saying. Like just now before I got on this live, I was literally working on my hoodie design and getting the placement of that literally like finished up and lined up. And as I was saying earlier, I just noticed that I can shift the bottom layer around probably a little bit more and make it look a little bit better, and then add text on there that says Infinite Nature. So, I was literally just doing that before I got on live and came out here. So, yeah, man, it's me talking about it. What I'm doing. I think it helps me to, kind of be a little bit more diligent and focused about it. I think for me, at least. And again, I'm going to do it regardless, because I'm accountable to myself first. But I don't know. It's just to me, it's just a part of like the whole process. I feel like the more we talk about certain things, as long as you're doing it too, it kind of helps you. It helps in a manifestation. I feel like, in the whole energetic and physical and action part of anything you're trying to make happen. I think it helps with that whole process, because it kind of keeps you more immersed in what you're doing and keeps it more tangible. When you talk about it and you talk about the other people, so that's another reason why I do it, and I'm going to be doing it more and more, and it can also create enthusiasm in people, and people kind of get involved in like your journey And you know, people like that. Like people like, you know, looking in on people, even if you're not, you know, nobody really big or well known. Still, like I find it interesting. Like if I know you're trying to do something or work towards something, like I find that very, very interesting. Like, you know, so that's another reason why I'm doing it too. So anyway, for like the 20th time, I'm going to end this video. Y'all have a good day, good evening, or wherever you're at in the world. And yeah, I'll talk to you later.